narcissist is very anxious and frustrated after leaving you. Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into an intriguing topic: why narcissists start to worry after rejecting you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Do you agree with our views, or do you see things differently? Let's jump right in. Picture this: you've been abandoned by a narcissist. Often, they already have a backup option lined up because they aren't getting enough attention or admiration from you. They've noticed you setting boundaries and withholding the praise they crave, leaving them feeling a mix of contentment and disdain. Yet, this occasional notice isn't enough to satisfy their insatiable need for admiration. Why does this happen? As their main source of narcissistic supply, you're exhausted from their relentless demands. The constant push and pull, the threats, and the endless hoops you have to jump through to placate them have taken their toll. After bending over backward for too long, you reach a breaking point. The primary source, worn out by gaslighting, triangulation, and other devaluing tactics, begins to withdraw. This withdrawal alarms the narcissist because it shifts the balance of power. Suddenly, they must confront the consequences of their behavior and the potential loss of a valuable source of supply. The prospect of rejection, abandonment, or being discarded sends them into a panic. Many narcissists anticipate this by building a network of potential replacements, or a harem, often maintaining secret interactions on social media. This strategy allows them to quickly pivot to supply B. They lavish intense attention on supply B, showcasing their supposed compassion, care, and sexual prowess. The narcissist's act is often convincing, leading supply B to take the bait and envision a bright, promising future with them. Narcissists have perfected the art of manipulation. As their treatment of their primary source worsens, they often reveal their true, cruel nature. They complain about the primary source and grow closer to their backup supply. This behavior helps them justify their actions and sets the stage for their next manipulation. Simultaneously, the narcissist launches a smear campaign against the primary source, the person who loves and cares for them. This sophisticated tactic aims to rationalize the narcissist's departure by tarnishing the main source's reputation. The narcissist provokes the primary source into reacting poorly, using these reactions as evidence in their slander campaign. This works well because the narcissist often projects charm and generosity within their social circles. They are seen as noble, often involved in community service or religious activities, making their accusations against the primary source seem more credible. Narcissists switch soulmates to conceal their true selves and maintain their fabricated persona. Their fear of confronting their own flaws and vulnerabilities drives a desperate search for someone new to uphold their perfect image. This cycle of idealization, devaluation, and abandonment stems from their need for admiration and validation, and their inability to form genuine, reciprocal relationships. As they move from one source of supply to the next, they leave the primary source to cope with their departure and the painful truths that emerge. For a narcissist, being abandoned is not just unpleasant, it threatens their very identity. They strive to convince themselves and others that they are superior, more successful, spiritually enlightened, and overall better than everyone else. The prospect of abandonment forces them to confront their true self, the self they have been desperately avoiding. This true self embodies everything they despise, fear, and are ashamed of. The narcissist crafts elaborate facades and engages in a variety of actions to hide their true nature. Despite their best efforts, there are moments when they find themselves alone with the very self they've been trying to avoid. In these solitary instances, the brutal reality of their true identity becomes glaringly apparent. Alone in bed, the weight of their authentic self presses down on them, driving a desperate urge to escape. They might turn to drugs, alcohol, or other substances, seeking a temporary refuge from their profound loneliness. Unable to bear time alone without distractions or validation, they aim to dull their consciousness and blur their reality. Despite their many deceits, there are inevitable times when they are left alone. These moments strip away their grandiose self-image, exposing a starkly different reality. Confronting their true self is not just a minor inconvenience but a profound existential crisis. It forces them to question their identity and place in the world. The realization that they have been abandoned and are not the omnipotent, flawless beings they pretended to be causes immense anxiety and sorrow. This reveals how fragile the narcissist's self-esteem truly is, dependent entirely on external approval. Without this validation, they feel utterly worthless. The thought of being alone and facing their unprotected reality is terrifying. It underscores the vast chasm between the narcissist's public persona and their private reality, highlighting their desperate avoidance of self-confrontation. These periods of forced solitude reveal the narcissist's profound fragility, which they work tirelessly to conceal. Their web of deception, charisma, and relentless pursuit of approval serve as shields against this vulnerability. Yet, the more they hide their true selves, the more entangled they become in their own deceit, making genuine connection and self-acceptance ever more elusive. Relationships, especially those with narcissists, can be as unpredictable as sports teams and their management decisions. Let's delve into the case of Supply B, the secondary option promising a beautiful future. This manipulative phase is akin to selecting a new athlete with high hopes. However, reality soon reveals that Supply B falls short compared to the primary supply. Despite this, the narcissist, driven by appearances, promotes Supply B as the perfect match. This scenario mirrors the reaction of a fictional city's fans to their star quarterback, John Champion, after unexpected defeats. Picture a community where Champion, known for his winning streak, loses 4 consecutive games. The narcissistic city gradually loses faith in Champion, deeming him past his prime. Seeking a fresh start, they turn to a rookie to revive their fortunes. This rookie, however, lacks Champion's expertise and skill, fumbling through his role like a sitcom character named Alex Anderson, who can barely manage the basics. Initial support for this change, driven by the city's impulsive decision, soon fades into regret. Behind closed doors, the folly of sidelining Champion becomes clear. Yet, pride and the desire to appear resolute prevent an immediate admission of this mistake. City officials, like narcissists, wait for the dust to settle before acknowledging their error. Over time, Alex Anderson's flaws become glaringly obvious. Each game is marred by mistakes, slow reactions, and missed opportunities, contrasting sharply with Champion's once stellar performance. The city starts to yearn for the days of Champion's victories and glory, their initial excitement for the rookie turning into longing for their former star. Whispers of Champion's return circulate, accompanied by fears of losing everything. This tale mirrors narcissistic relationships, where the relentless pursuit of perfection leads to the devaluation of partners. Narcissists can only accept an idealized version of reality, causing each replacement to fall short of the original choice. Just like the rash decision to discard Champion after a temporary setback, narcissists often make impulsive, disastrous choices. Meanwhile, the primary source, like Champion, finds success elsewhere. This achievement underscores the city's foolishness, reminding them of what they hastily discarded. The quest for flawless success without challenges inevitably leads to disappointment and longing, leaving the narcissist to face the consequences of their actions. In this extended metaphor, sports teams like the Dallas Cowboys exemplify perseverance and loyalty through their patience. This stands in stark contrast to the narcissist's relentless pursuit of the new and flawless, often sacrificing genuine connections and lasting success. The story of hasty judgments, regret, and the chase for an unattainable ideal serves as a cautionary tale for both sports and personal relationships. Ultimately, relationships with narcissists can be a minefield of emotional manipulation and conflict. In their quest for validation, narcissists frequently discard and replace partners, breaking hearts and damaging self-esteem. Despite their efforts to mask it, narcissists eventually have to confront their inner emptiness. By fostering genuine connections based on mutual respect and empathy, we can break this cycle and cultivate honest, emotionally intimate relationships. Did you enjoy this content? Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking discussions. Your support helps us create content tailored to our audience and build a community of support and growth. Thank you for journeying with us.
Do you feel caught in narcissistic madness? Do you want to humble them and break their power? I have a treat for you. Today, we'll discuss 8 ways narcissists go crazy. Self-absorbed people will be shaken by these unexpected reactions. But hold on. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell before we get into the exciting details. Why? I'm creating a wealth of life-saving content, and you won't want to miss a single update. But note this. Please note this disclaimer before we begin this thrilling voyage. If your narcissist has physically abused you or your family, disregard these advice. Your first stop should be your local domestic violence center. If not, prepare for these 8 amazing recommendations that will completely unsettle a narcissist. Are you ready to see their entitled, cruel ego sperm come together and drive them crazy? Can you give a narcissist a taste of their own medicine? How can I humble them or drive them insane? Today's video covers 8 ways to drive a narcissist insane. The narcissist was unprepared for these replies. Before we begin, subscribe and turn on the notification bell to never miss any video. New to my channel, welcome. I want to stress something important. Please do not use this video's advice if your narcissist has physically abused you or others. I recommend seeking support from your local domestic violence center. This may not apply to you, but let's look at 8 ways to drive the entitled and cruel narcissist insane. Number 1. Hoover rejection. The devaluation and Hoover phases are familiar to everyone who has been in a toxic relationship. The Hoover is the narcissist's game to get you back into their grasp for more cruelty. You've probably gone through this cycle several times. Rejecting the narcissist's Hoover will drive them insane. They've gotten away with their evil ways until now, but your rejection ruins their strategy. After chilling you, or their new source, with silence, they'll try to get you back for emotional support. Many mistake this for repentance and want to work on the relationship, but it's just another way to trap you in their narcissistic vortex. Rejecting their Hoover is a surprise that drives them crazy. Why refuse their offer? Their mental games and manipulations no longer work. They no longer fool you with remorse. Rejecting the Hoover shows you've moved past their emotional turmoil. Second, rejecting triangulation. The number 1 tactic narcissists use to gain control is making their target feel unwanted. When they're unhappy with the relationship, find a new supply source, or get back in, they use this method. They may say things aren't working out, or that they've found someone else to keep you in their deceptive web. They may even lie about wanting to break up with the new lover, but being unable to. They use triangulation to put you against others, pushing you to compete for their attention and affection, and changing your appearance or conduct in a vain attempt to please them. As I've said in prior videos, narcissists don't care about beauty, income, or education. Even major physical changes won't be enough to win their love or keep their attention. Thus, when you discover that the narcissist is pursuing new targets or having an affair, gracefully leaving their triangulation games is the ultimate display of strength. After the game, they can move on to their next supplier while you exit with dignity. They're furious that they've lost control because of this rejection. Third, eliminate emotional vulnerability. Narcissistic abuse victims often believe the narcissist cares about their feelings and regrets their behavior. These victims become emotionally vulnerable, sharing their deepest fears, frustrations, and scars with the narcissist. They don't realize the narcissist is using cognitive empathy to get this information. They abuse victims by exploiting their vulnerabilities and scars instead of empathizing. Because their victim admitted their shortcomings, they attack the most painful regions. Unfortunately, this emotional weakness makes it simpler for the narcissist to reclaim you. They know they can use their data to create the perfect Hoover when they storm away after a fight. As said in the first tip, rejecting their Hoover is crucial. Doing so removes their power and shows that their mind tricks cannot affect your emotions. Fourth, maintain clarity. Staying clear will get under a narcissist's skin. Refuse their gaslighting to break you. They will manipulate your emotions and memories to keep you under control. Love bombing and cognitive empathy may seem appealing, but they are designed to impede independent thought. Narcissists fear you will remember life before them, and any sense of autonomy drives them insane. To see through the narcissist's lies, keep a journal and confide in a trusted friend. These materials can help you resist their attempts to distort reality and distrust your intuition. Narcissists will try to break you down if you stay clear. However, maintaining your reality empowers you to resist their manipulations. Number 5. Show their tricks. Disclosing the narcissist's manipulations rattles their cage. Start with text messages or narcissistic articles to show their questionable behavior. You could even get a news source to expose the narcissist. These are just preliminary measures. Telling the narcissist their game is up demands a different strategy. You no longer need proof of gaslighting, infidelity, or lying. That's established. You show by your behaviors that you see through their facade. Avoid their looping talks and egotistical vortex. Walk away when they use prior events to deflect from their actions or manipulate you. Or say whatever to show you no longer care about their techniques. Let your activities show them you're wise to their ways instead of telling them. Number 6. Dismiss their nonsense. Expect verbal abuse from the narcissist. They will ridicule you as worthless, dull, and unwanted. They expect you to appreciate their presence. This type of abuse can be mentally damaging if internalized. You can turn the tables on a narcissist. Avoid responding to their verbal assaults. No crying, pleading, or emotion. Take the high road and leave the room calmly mid-sentence. Unexpected action will upset the narcissist and enrage them. They may continue their verbal onslaught to get a reaction, but resist their tactics. Avoid internalizing their harsh statements and letting them make you upset. Similar to jiu-jitsu for narcissists, the surprise turnabout will lessen their hold and you'll know you've won. 7. Ignore them. Narcissists require attention and adoration like oxygen. They need regular validation to maintain their weak self-esteem. To fuel their egos, they will drain everyone around them. Negative attention feeds their addiction, using the trauma link it produces to keep you in their grip. Silence is louder than words to narcissists. Indifference is their downfall. They prefer hatred to indifference. They hate being ignored, especially by people they want to manage. Just using grey rock won't work. Avoiding all interaction is the only effective choice. Co-parenting or professional duties may require interactions with narcissists. Minimize contact. At least pretend they don't exist. Block their messages, change your email, and refuse their offers. Denying them acknowledgement destroys their sanity. Remember that protecting yourself is more important than punishing or teaching them. Narcissists exploit even the slightest perceived slights, so don't let them hurt you. Embrace change. Narcissists rule narcissistic partnerships. We may think opposing someone means yelling, arguing, or exposing their wrongdoing. However, staying in the poisonous relationship feeds their ego and invites more abuse. To truly stand, we must follow the previous 7 tips. Narcissists hate change, especially controlessness. Maintaining a poisonous relationship fuels our bitterness and dissatisfaction. Liberation comes from change. No amount of proof or confrontation will help if we stay. Thus, pattern disruption and change are necessary. The fact that they get angry or deny guilt is irrelevant. Rebelling against their expectations causes chaos. We want to end their oppression, not drive them nuts. 9. Cut ties. Narcissists fear losing a reliable supply. However, trying to outwit them, argue with them, or damage their property just fuels their manipulation. We become the crazy ones while they keep playing mind games. Prioritizing our health and ending toxic relationships is the key to recovering power. Walking away is the ultimate humiliation for a narcissist, proving they no longer control us. It is the most effective revenge, driving people insane. We may feel guilty or sympathy after leaving, but these are the narcissist's voice in our brains. They will find other means of income. We are leaving for our own survival, not revenge. Staying with a narcissist destroys our mental health. The only way to stop the cycle is to choose ourselves and enforce no contact. If you found this advice helpful and want more healing tips, check out the video description links. I offer coaching and customized programs to help you. Further information is available on my website. Please like and subscribe to keep my videos in your stream. Today's video concludes. Thanks for staying to the finish. Until next time, take care. The narcissist's temporary silence. A deceptive respite. Rarely does a narcissist's period of silence or withdrawal endure for long. Typically, they opt for a brief hiatus following a specific sequence of events that transpire within their psyche. Perhaps an altercation ensued, or you initiated a confrontation, leading to their departure. Subsequently, the narcissist embarks on a concerted effort to tarnish your reputation. Once the storm subsides, they may retreat into silence or leave you be for a while, prompting you to ponder, what are they up to now? It appears they've chosen to afford you some breathing space while you endeavour to mend your shattered image. But why this sudden change? The narcissist may have ulterior motives or be preoccupied with other individuals or matters in their daily affairs. From the narcissist's perspective, this hiatus is inconsequential, as they anticipate your eventual forgiveness or even your forgetfulness regarding their transgressions. The narcissist's hopeful return, a delusional fantasy. In the absence of your presence, the narcissist navigates life as best they can, harboring hopes of a future reunion or, ideally, your initiation of contact. They crave your longing for them, believing that your absence should bring solace. Moreover, they anticipate that with time, the specifics of their transgressions will fade from your memory. They operate under the assumption that you've had ample opportunity to move past their misdeeds, enabling them to reappear weeks, months, or even years later, feigning innocence and denying any wrongdoing. Gaslighting, deflecting blame, or distorting facts are all fair game in their playbook, regardless of your recollection. To the narcissist, dredging up the past is inconceivable. They perceive unresolved issues as non-existent and refuse to acknowledge any wrongdoing or extend apologies. Their sole desire is to forge ahead without shouldering any accountability. Consequently, your insistence on addressing past grievances incites their wrath. They resort to deceit, painting you as the antagonist and endeavouring to guilt-trip you into silence. However, if you stand firm and refuse to allow the narcissist back into your life without repercussions, they will recoil, realizing that you're unwilling to sweep their transgressions under the rug. Your steadfastness will compel them to maintain their distance, for you refuse to normalize a relationship devoid of accountability and resolution. Declining the narcissist's return, reigniting the smear campaign. Once you reject the narcissist's attempt to re-enter your life, the vicious cycle of smearing commences anew. When denied what they desire, narcissists resort to belittling and demeaning those who oppose them, spurred by their own insecurities and fragility. Their relentless endeavor to inflict harm upon others is nothing short of malevolent. Their objective: to tarnish your reputation, to sow seeds of discord among your peers, and to alienate you from your support network. Their ultimate triumph lies in orchestrating your downfall, leaving you bereft of everything and everyone you hold dear. Why reuniting with a narcissist spells trouble? Even if the narcissist momentarily ceases their smear campaigns and grants you respite, it's imperative not to overlook their past actions or intentions. Stay vigilant, for they will inevitably attempt to reinsert themselves into your life. Entertaining the idea of reconciliation with someone who is willing to fabricate falsehoods about you is ill-advised. Never forget that this individual was prepared to vilify you and potentially subject you to legal repercussions. Don't be deceived into believing they've undergone a miraculous transformation or that they're incapable of inflicting harm once more. In my previous discourse on forgiving narcissists, I emphasized that forgiveness doesn't entail absolution or reconciliation with the perpetrator. It entails releasing yourself from the burden of resentment and moving forward. Perpetrators of harm should not be afforded additional opportunities to inflict pain. It's paramount to prioritize your safety and well-being, refraining from placing yourself in harm's way under the guise of hopefulness. Time alone cannot alter the essence of a narcissist, regardless of how long they've been absent from your life. Remain steadfast in safeguarding your mental health and tranquility. Bear in mind that the narcissist's apparent absence does not signify their forgetfulness. Should the opportunity arise, they will undoubtedly attempt to reinsert themselves into your life, often with dire consequences. Their inherent nature remains immutable, irrespective of any persuasive arguments they may present. Refrain from succumbing to their manipulative tactics and remain vigilant. I invite you to share your experiences in the comments below. How long did it take for the narcissist to resurface after smearing you? Your insights are invaluable. Until next time, stay wary and prioritize your well-being. Thank you for tuning in, and I wish you a wonderful week ahead.